Hello and welcome, and thank you so much for staying with CNN News 18. The big story at this hour is coming out of the state of Karnataka, which is to do with the arrest of the Murga Mutt Seer. Let's take a look at all the developments which are to do with this big story. It's a mega CNN News 18 impact. After 150 hours of the FIR and the immense public and media pressure on the state government, the prominent Lingayat Seer, Shivamurthy, has been arrested finally. The Seer was sent for 14 days judicial custody, and he now has been shifted to the district hospital after he complained of chest pain. Now, his legal team is likely to file an application for his bail in the Sessions Court today. The Karnataka Seer was booked under POCSO, remember this act, after two minor girls accused him of sexual assault in the Mutt premises. Despite being right under their nose, the state police kept on delaying action against the Seer. Even after the case, the Seer kept enjoying the high-profile visits at the Mutt, with political leaders of both ruling and opposition parties having a soft tone towards him. Meanwhile, the Chitradurga police quizzed the Seer overnight and is all set to now seek his custody for further interrogation. And getting you more with CNN Mega News exclusive, we have in fact accessed the initial probe details of the Seer's questioning. As per the sources, the Swami used to beat the girls with sticks, and the cops have now recovered the weapon from the Mutt. Further, the Seer preyed upon young women devotees, and most of the victims were from the poor families. All this we are learning through inside sources. This is the inside track of the investigation. Where is it really headed? Remember, this is a mega CNN News 18 exclusive, as we have managed to access the initial probe details. All this is being brought to you by my colleague Ritu, who's now joining me live on the broadcast. Ritu, these are very, very incriminating details. This doesn't look good for the Seer, absolutely. And more people possibly are likely to now come forward, because whatever we are learning, that the Seer used to prey upon women devotees and also especially people from poor families.
Yes, exactly. You see, this is the mega impact of CNN News 18 regular coverage, where the CNN News 18 team was on ground to bring in all minute-to-minute detail to our viewers. And now we see the top police sources are saying us that how the police have in fact found a weapon, that how the Seer was used to beat these teenage girls. So this is an allegation, and also the inside police sources are telling us, which is a very big, in fact, a word that has come out from the police sources itself, where you see the police saying that all these girls who had gone through this were all from a very poor background. Now, let me tell this to you, as we are on the ground and learning a lot of inputs here. See, the Mutt, in fact, of course, holds a very powerful position here, as a significant role to play. But also, this is also the Mutt, in fact, has developed a lot of education institutions in the Chitradurga. So locals also tell us that most of this kind of the developments that we are seeing in the Chitradurga, many education institutions, or for that matter medical hospitals, have all been brought by the Seer or the Mutt, the officials only. So that's one of the thing. And but on one hand, that we're talking about the kind of a treatment that these girls had gone through, which is very much a traumatic. But now once that two minor girls have come out, is filling in a strength for the others also to come forward, and most likely that the police will also be able to get more details and statements from these minor girls or from the people within the premises only, because of course there was a fear when you see one person is a very big profiled person, so there will be this kind of a fear that people hardly come out and speak. But you see these two minor girls taking this major step will bring in lot more inputs and more detail, and in fact will also disclose us a more shocking facts as well, which which will slowly come out. But for now that we see, this comes right after the regular coverages that the media personnel are doing on the ground after the delay that was happening in this whole investigation process. An FIR that was being registered 6 days back, the action comes in very after a long time. So what exactly was police doing? So the pressure that was being mounted from the protesters and from the activists, here you see the major impact has been made on the ground where a seer has been arrested. But you see,
also joining me on the broadcast is Ms. Abha Singh, who's a prominent lawyer. Ms. Singh, thank you so much for being a part of this discussion on CNN News 18. Now, we have learned some very, very incriminating details when it comes to the seer. The probe is headed in this direction. Now, we are learning that the seer used to beat the girls with stick, and that weapon, in fact, has been found right there in the mud. All this while, 6 days and counting, the seer continued to actually refute all the allegations, cried foul, the body language was such. Now he is headed to a hospital. In fact, he's there. However, finally, because of so much pressure, that arrest has happened. Do you think it's too little too late?
Of course, it's too little too late, but in the beginning, I would like to really congratulate CNN TV 18. Relentlessly you have been taking up this case, and I think it's because of your relentless pressure and the pressure of the public that finally the police has acted and this Lingayat Seer was arrested. But my issue is how much evidence has been destroyed during this time is a big question. They should have arrested him on day one. Today you are saying judicial custody for 14 days. Police custody, or I don't know whether it's police or judicial, but I did hear on your channel that 14 days custody has been given. So now you say that the offence is serious, it has gravity. What was happening for the past 6 days? I would like action on the cops who were trying to see the political mindset of their bosses and then take action. It was a serious matter. POSCO charges were there were rape charges, and I think strictest of the harshest of the action needs to be taken.
Abha, the fact that it's 14 days judicial custody and he's still trying to evade it, because remember, now he's complained of discomfort, he's in the government hospital at the moment, and he also tried to flee. That is something that we have to underline over here.
Exactly, and one needs to actually get him checked up whether that he's feigning, acting, and this is his cloud but natural. This is not the first time all big corporates and politicians, the moment they are arrested, they say they are unwell and they go to the hospital because they don't want to go to the gallows. So his medical should be done and he should be sent back to the prison, because this gives a very wrong impression that where you talk of equality and you have these people who the moment they are arrested they are sent to the hospital and they will get VIP treatment over there. So this needs to stop, and I think we should continue the pressure. We need to continue the pressure that the law is the same for all. Article 14 says equality before law and equal protection of laws. So how can you protect him by putting him in a hospital and a common man would be sent to the jail immediately?
No, absolutely. Abha, please stay on with me. I'm also